Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for February 13th, 2017. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. We've seen a nice continuation here, hitting a high of 23.18 so far today. Our expectation was to begin the month of February that we'd pull back at some point, maybe as low as 57s, find some sort of support, and look for a push through the previous month's high and into the 25% monthly expansion target. That's what we call the R25 here, and that is 23.14. So we reached that target. And in pushing through the previous month's high, any pullback to that level, 2300, 2299 would be an ideal buying opportunity for a continuation higher. And the next upside target here is going to be 2229.5 and as high as 2335. Those are the next two upside key targets to watch for this week. Again, any pullback could be an optimal buying opportunity for a continuation toward 2330. So that's a swing look right now. If we take a look at the intraday time frame, here it is. On an intraday basis, you'll see that price is pushed up early on, got to that 23.18, quick pullback, and is now holding. So we have a little bit of a range here, 23.13 quarter, 23.18s. So not quite five handles here. Fading the edges with an upside bias is the likely approach. You can see the weekly and monthly pivot range is down below. We've had a nice uptrending market so far, especially after Friday's market. So again, any pullback could be a buying opportunity. We have 23.11s with an LVN. We have 23.06 half with another LVN, and down here at 2300 to 2302 could be several areas here, depending upon how far back price pulls back to begin the week. But overall, pullbacks would be buying opportunities until proven otherwise. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil now. Here's a look at crude. The higher time frame crude right now shows that price continues to hold near the upper end of the range. We had a fantastic reversal here below 51.5. Price shot all the way back to 54s. We know that everything at and just above 54s has been defended. At some point, we may see expansion from this range. We've been talking about how tightly coiled the range is, very, very tightly coiled price action over the last few months. Eventually, this energy will be released. We'll see a major, major move. I've been talking about the potential to see an upside break here through 55s and into 57, 59, and 62. This definitely has enough energy to do that, but until we see expansion, we can continue to see trading range behavior. So it's got to prove that it can continue to see or build acceptance above 54. Otherwise, we could be looking at a move all the way back against the range into 5170, perhaps as low as 5040 to 5070, where we have additional support down in this zone right here. So for the most part, still trading range bound, but we are continuing to build energy for major expansion. Here's a look at the intraday time frame. Right now, given the fact that we've backed off 54s, you can see here, here's 54s. Nice rejection several times here, made it resistance. We're taking the previous week's close offered so far. All pullbacks have been offered. So right now there's a bit of a downward bias after rejecting all 54s. If there's any push into 53.75 to 53.90, this could be a zone here where bears will look to push price back toward lows. So right now could be a fade the edges with a downward bias short term, as price perhaps pulls back toward 53s, which is current 5-day VPOC and also MCPOC. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures. Here's a look at gold. Higher time frame gold shows that price continues to be quite bullish. We were looking for a pullback into 1221 to 1220 for a shot at looking at a bounce back up. Friday, we've got to push right into those 1222s. Push back a little bit, and we could be looking at a little bit more here soon. But right now, 1220 to 1221 is a very important zone right here that the bulls want to keep bid for a shot at squeezing through to the next upside target. We've reached every target on the way up. The last one we have on the board is 1263, and again, holding 1220, 1221 could be a great opportunity to push this thing higher into 1263. Any failure to hold 1220 rotates this thing back to 1180, and again, that would be another opportunity for longer term bulls to come in and pick it up for perhaps a push into 1263. All right, let's take a look at the intraday time frame. On an intraday basis, Friday we had a rejection near 1222s, and so far the previous week's close has gone offered, the pivot range has gone offered, and we're pushing downward. So it looks like we may be looking at a retest down into these levels. Again, 1220 and 1221, very important. The previous low is 2260, so trapping below that low could be an opportunity to push it back toward 1232 to 1234 short term. And again, you'd have to get through this to start pushing higher. But right now, it appears that any pullback could be a short-term selling opportunity for these lows. Once we get down to these lows, there could be a trap that brings you back toward the 1230s. All right, let's take a look now at ZB. Here's a look at ZB. If we bring this out to a higher time frame right now, you can see that overall we had some very nice movement off our key levels. We were looking for bulls to defend off of 124.49. We were looking for bears to defend 151.11. But eventually we were looking for bulls to win out and push price into 153.21 and as high as 154.07. It got to 153.21 on the button and quickly turned around back to 151.11s. I mentioned that Friday, any retest of this area could be a buying opportunity back up, and we saw this thing find some great buying strength, rallied nicely. But here, you can see overnight we've gotten an open right at the midpoint and we've dropped back through the tail. That's very important. Bulls still want to defend 151.10, 151.11 here for a shot at trading within this range. Any failure to do so, though, could open up the previous close below with a retest down at 149.24. So right now, again, we're right back to the 151.11, 151.10 zone. That's an area where bulls want to keep bid. Otherwise, failure to do so starts to march this thing back towards support. So right now, that's kind of the swing range. If we take a look at the intraday time frame, here we are. You'll notice again that 151.11 is a very, very strong level. We had a major downtrend into that zone. We saw a nice little bounce and recovery. But here we are again Friday, after Friday's bounce, coming right back down pre-market here Monday, 151.11s. So again, we could find some sort of rejection here, and that would be a quick bounce back to 152.06, and we may see a range form from there, like this. But overall, if they can hold this zone, we may see a push all the way back up toward 153.24 throughout the week. Otherwise, failure to hold this level again leads to the next level down, which is the previous month's close. So this is going to be an important zone to watch here. We may see some sort of rejection that brings us right back to 152.06. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this thing plays out heading into the rest of the session and the rest of the week. Good luck and trade well.